What is up, guys? That lightsaber guy here. I wanted to do a quick video on the Electrum Sabercrafts Neophyte and Electrum Sabercrafts in general. I'm not sure what I'm going to title this video yet, but if it sounds a little clickbaity, sorry about that. But so Electrum Sabercrafts. In regards of like Saber Trio, Vader's Vault, Saberforge, and all the other lightsaber companies, they aren't nearly as good. Aesthetically, their hilts are great. Like, I love this thing. The Neophyte is very comfortable to hold in the hand. That choke point up here is brilliant. I can one-hand the saber if I want, and I can two-hand it if I want. It's very lightweight. I can spin it around with ease, especially even when there's a blade in it. So no problems there. What I have a problem with is how they operate their lightsabers and the electronics regarding it. So instead of a actual dedicated button that you press and either just having that one button for the one button setups or an auxiliary on the back, they have this weird touchpad system. So the buttons will light up, and that's how you can activate your saber. And then you can go into their Electrum Unity app and program not only the blade effects and a bunch of other stuff, but how you activate the saber, turn it off via this touchpad. So right now, this thing is set to just the bottom. Case in point, this thing's already malfunctioning. There it goes. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. But, yeah, so the bottom is activation. And then how I have it set up is hold the top button and then slide down to the middle. And then it powers off. It's a NeoPixel, so yeah, it takes a NeoPixel blade, but I spent way too much on this, and what I got is not nearly as good. So originally I paid $324 for this as just a in-hilt lightsaber, which is not NeoPixel. I had the RGB Tri-Cree in there, and then you just pop in a normal blade and whatever. So then I asked them if they could upgrade this to NeoPixel, and they said they would do it for a $500 charge. I was stupid and went ahead and did it, just because I wanted a NeoPixel lightsaber at the time, and it worked alright, like it was okay. And then they rolled out their new update, and for whatever reason, this thing has not been acting as it should. Normal saber companies, they'll use stuff like the CFX soundboard, which is all I use. I'm not a Profi fan. I'm scared of Profi. It's like all my sabers are Crystal Focus 10. Other companies, they'll use either Profi or Golden Harvest V3 like Saberforge does. But Saber Trio, which is my favorite saber company as of right now, they use both Profi and CFX sabers. Vader's Vault uses CFX sabers. Electrum Sabercrafts uses their own soundboard, the Electrum, the Diadem D3, I think it's called, the Diadem D3, and it's just got nowhere near the capabilities of what Saberforge, Saber Trio, Vader's Vault, what they can do. And this, again, so like if totaling the $500 and $300 that I spent $700 on a NeoPixel lightsaber that is nowhere near what it should be. Just for reference, my crossguard, that the first video I did on this channel, the crossguard saber, was about $750, and that is leagues ahead of this thing. So yeah, if you buy an Electrum Sabercrafts, only buy one in hilt, just as a dueling saber, just as a dedicated, I'm going to pick this up, I'm going to smash it as hard as I can against somebody else's lightsaber, because it's buggy, really buggy, and their app is just atrociously bad. It lags out, sometimes effects don't save right, and I don't know what happened in their last update, but it is just nowhere near where it needs to be. So I'm gonna try and shut up, and then I'm gonna try and pop a blade in here and see what happens. I don't know what'll happen. So if it bugs out, then yeah, it bugs out. I was having a real issue yesterday trying to get this thing to cooperate with me so I could potentially do a video. So yeah, I'll kill the lights, I'll pop a blade in, and we'll give it a go. So yeah, here we go. So as you can see, it's got two different colors on the blade here. I've never seen that on a NeoPixel blade. Yeah, and this is any blade I put in this, whether it's this blade or the one I got from Saber Trio or whatever. Excuse me. I have no idea why it's doing this. And I just factory reset it too, so it shouldn't be doing this. I'm not sure it's because the update didn't install correctly, but I uninstalled, reinstalled the update like 3 or 4 times on their website, so I don't know why it's doing this. I just factory reset it, so it should just be a standard solid blue blade without all this flashing diffusion whatever to it. Looks like dancing rainbows in person. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but yeah, you can kind of see it there. But yeah, it should not be doing that. Stock, to turn it off, you just hold down the top button for a long time and it'll turn off, and then bottom to reactivate it. But yeah, normally blaster deflects you can change to manual or automatic. I could never get automatic to work, so I set it to manual, where the bottom button was the one that activated the blaster effects, and then I had it where you held down the top button like that, and then you slid down to the middle, and it would turn off. That was pre-update. I couldn't get it to work post-update, and I can't get the Saber to function pre-update or post-update. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with this thing. Just for comparison, this is my Saber Trio Senza. Make sure it's on a blue blade here. There we go. So on the left, the Electrum Sabercrafts with the Diadem D3 board. Saber Trio on the right with a Crystal Focus 10 soundboard. Solid blue blade, flickering how I like it. Dancing blue, half rainbow, half blue blade. Yeah. 2 buttons set up on this one with the blaster blocks. I've showcased this one in a video before. So yeah, no idea why it's doing that, but as I said, this Saber cost me like $600, $700. I think $700 on eBay because I got it secondhand, excuse me. But on Saberforge's website, you can get these for like $600, and then the price goes up from there depending on whether you want acid etching or whatever you want. You can contact them and customize this to you however you want. This cost me about $500. 700 total if you count the 300 I put into it when I first got it as just a baselit Saber, not NeoPixel, and $500 for a NeoPixel upgrade. Just for reference, I sent my brother's baselit Saberforge to Ronin Sabers on YouTube here, and he converted it to a NeoPixel for $150 for me, guys. $150 just for a NeoPixel conversion, just to take out the Tricree and put in the NeoPixel Neo chip. They cost me $500 to do this. So yeah, I can't recommend Electrum Sabercrafts at all. Unless you want just a baselit Saber that you're going to bash against another person's Saber, dual, spin, abuse. Don't buy these for a quality lightsaber. Do not buy, and if you do, see if you can get an empty Electrum Sabercrafts hilt if you really like them that much, because they do. They have brilliantly designed hilts, but I can't recommend their electronics. I can't recommend their soundboard over what you would get from Saber Trio, from Vader's Vault, from Saberforge. Yeah, so this thing, it stays in a drawer with the blade out and the switch toggle to deep sleep mode. I only pulled this out as a last resort, and even that was even before whatever that diffusion was on the blade. So yeah, I hate to say it, guys. I don't like bashing other saber companies, but do not buy Electrum Sabercrafts for a quality lightsaber. Just don't do it. Go to Saber Trio, go to Vader's Vault, go to Saberforge, even Corbanth, but I would be careful with Corbanth. Sometimes their installs can be kind of bad. So yeah, that's it from me. Sorry, Electrum, but you're a no-go.